Mun pian johtoidan päättämään. I put the recording going now. I think it's recording now. Yes, it is. Okay, Pore Päivi.
Me lähtiin.
Kyllä.
Otnele manjemus lektiona. Ja läippas ordnigis Diana challa andagasi mon poram. Tälle ordnigis. It's okay that you eat. We should have had some kind of cookie or cake together here for last lesson, but we're sitting in different places and mut oja ruspekahku veel porra. Ruspekahku is carrot cake. Joo, tällä vähän vaivi kuule manjemusleksuuna. It is a little bit sad that it's the last lesson. It has been interesting and nice, and I think, and it has been good, and there has been lots of interest in continuing in some way, a mailing list or a Google Hangout, as I will talk about later, or a second class here as mentioned in the chat. So we will see what happens. Yeah. What kind of, I think we will try to find some different ways for those who want to continue, keep in touch and so on. And I will share here the screen, some things. Yeah, of course, this question about how to learn the language, I think for me it was important to try to compose my own sentences and try to repeat the words. And I had this blog for many years. I wrote in Sámi, and then I could repeat every day, say like similar things, but change a little bit some words, and so that I learned the words. Because I think now most of you who are at this course, I think the grammar, you start to get some idea about the grammar, but one problem can be the words to get a natural, I mean, to remember the words when you're in a situation where you speak, and
to remember the grammar.
And to remember the grammar, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you sit on your own, you can write it, so it's you can take your time, so it's easy in that way. Yeah, it's of course everything. I will make the recorded lessons available on YouTube. I think I will open them up so that others after this class, if others are interested in looking at the classes. And I will try also to put the material, I think the Word document somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I will try to do it. And yeah, I will also inform you about it if you are interested. Here is a new attendance check for this week. I posted in the chat. And last week we had translate, can you see the small river? And this can you see is of course possible to translate in many ways, but do you have any suggestions? Anybody on the chat or on the microphone? Can you see the small river? Lääkö oidnan joogacha? Mahtako don oidnit joogachin? Sahtatko oidnit? Joo, exactly. Now we get some different suggestions here, and they are can you see the first first suggestion here was Lätkö oidnan yoga cha, or yeah, it was actually like this. Have you seen? This is the perfect form. This is presence, and this is the perfect participle oidnan. So it's not exactly the same as can you see. And the yogacha is correct for the nominative, but when we put it into accusative, the esh is actually hiding a che. So this would be a correct sentence, but it would be a little bit different from Sahtatko don oidnit yogacha? Joo. Sahtako don oidnit yogacha? Yes, can you see the small river? It's good. Mahtako don oidnit yogachin? Here was a little bit too oidnit. It should be oidnit, as it oidnit. Because mahtako, but sahtit and mahtit are both means to be able to do something, but mahtatko is more, I would say, when you know a language, to be skillful enough to know a language, and sahtit is to be able to have the possibility to do something. So sahtatko oidnit yogacha is better than mahtako oidnit yogacha. Sahtatko. And exactly here in the end also even shorter suggestion. Oinatko ton yogacha? This is also, do you see the river? And in a way, I understand that as similar to can you see the small river, but if you want word by word, you could say sahtatko ton oidnit yogacha, but oinatko ton yogacha? That is also absolutely good. And I wanted and yeah, and I wanted to show you, last week I mentioned that Uppsala University has printed this North Samisk basordförråd by Pekka Samalahti, and here is an address. It's from the Institution for Finno-Ugric Languages, and this is printed in 94. So I'm a little bit afraid that is, but this has lots of these most important words, so that if you are interested in finding the 1,400 most frequent words, it could be a way to use that one. And then this question about how to continue and learn more North Sámi. I already mentioned that that you can try to write something or try to get a mailing friend, chat friend, or something, or talk to people if you are here in Sápmi, of course, or if you have other people to talk to. Very good to have some friends with whom you try to speak Sami all the time. There can also be a continuation maybe of a similar course. I'm not sure. We will try to make this book and print it next year, and maybe in that process we want to test some of the chapters, and so maybe like next spring we can make a new course. I'm not sure. I will think about that, but then I will at least give you information about that. But that would probably be from the start again, from first chapter. But it could be interesting for you to follow some. Yeah. Good. And there has been interest in the mailing list. I will follow up on this. I haven't done it yet, but please write me a mail. If you want to be on the, and then I will try to send you a list of who wants to be in this mailing list. Some people are in the Facebook group, and then you have already a contact, a possibility to have contact, but there are some people who are not on Facebook, and therefore the mailing list can be good for them and for others. And there were also someone who wrote in the start of this session his mail address in the chat, so that could also be possible to write it in the chat, of course. Then all of you who are here get it, but not those who follow later on. The Facebook group will be for this group of students. I'm not sure if I will have another class, so it will be for you especially. Yeah, it would be nice to meet in Kautokeino and have a second course here, of course. Yeah, there are possibilities. There are courses here at Allaskuvla, at Sámi University of Applied Sciences, and so on. Or we can arrange something. We can try to keep in touch about that, or talk about it today if you want in the. Maybe it's difficult for Americans to come to Norway. I'm not sure, yeah. Maybe when Corona is over. And there has also been a suggestion for a Google Hangout from one of the students here, Harold. He wrote to me that there is a group chat on Google Hangouts. I discussed with him last week about this. And this would be the link. And I will put it in the mail also. So by using that, a Google Hangout is, Harald, do you want to talk? Do you want to tell what it is, or should I just say shortly? Yeah.
Yes, if you would like me to.
Yeah, sure.
So Google Hangouts basically works kind of like Zoom, except instead of having a chat that only exists during a given class and then gets deleted afterwards, the chat is persistent. So my thinking is, if people wanted to use the chat as kind of a message board to just post useful resources or things that they had written in North Sámi, or anything that might be relevant to people in this class, or anything that they just want to talk about it, we can have that going kind of continuously. And if anybody wants to, Hangouts also has a built-in feature to do group video chats, which means if we as a group of students or any subset of us ever wanted to do a video chat to continue doing some of the stuff we've been doing in this class, it already has that kind of built into it. So I figured it might be an ideal thing for this.
Sounds good.
Seems like other people agree. I'm getting a lot of messages saying people have already joined.
Is it a little bit like WhatsApp and Line?
Yes, it would be very similar to WhatsApp, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's great.
Kiitos.
Kiitos alltså. So there are some possibilities of there are already 2 or 3 there possibilities to continue.
Yeah.
Keep in touch. Meet you there, yeah. But today's lesson is not over, so we will try to look at lesson number 12. Kuokten upplogat poddo. Kuokten upplogat lektioner. Have you listened to Mari Boine? Some of you. She's the most famous Sami artist. Yeah, great one. Great artist. Her songs are actually translated on her homepage from Sami to English. So that could also be a thing for you to use. I think also that Julie Whitehorn, our fellow student here, has been translating many of those texts. But I don't know if Julia is here today.
Boris Vila.
Ja, tuota on
Yeah.
lähtäpä. Ja, vuode
Hi.
päivi.
Borde Baby.
Did
I'm
you,
just being shy.
what did you say?
I'm just being shy.
Aha. Yeah, but isn't that so? There are many texts on Mari Boine's homepage by her songs with translations.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, sounds good. Today we have one song here called Soria Moria Palasa. And I don't remember, but that is probably also in English in Mari Boine's homepage, where you can find it here. The full lyrics, yeah. Here. Yeah, but I don't need to show that. We can just start here. So Julia, are you interested of reading one song here or somewhere?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not very good at this at all.
No problem.
So I would rather somebody else who can do this.
Okay, sure. Is it somebody else who want to read it? I would like to do it, but I've done it a couple of times already. Oh yeah. That's the thing. It's good for you who didn't try so much in the microphone to get a comment upon how if your language is understandable.
I don't believe I've read one of these before.
Okay, can you please read at least the first 4 here? We start with them.
Can I? Perhaps. We shall see.
Yeah.
Chabamus nieguid vuoditas mi fällat ihtäpäiväjä båd eines deike väsi.
Vasihit. Yeah, sorry, good.
Min sorja moria päälässä.
Yeah, good. Okay, I think we start there and try to translate this. First it says Chabamus nieguid vuodit das. What can Chabamus? Or should we look at the title first? Soria Moria Pallas. Oh, that's maybe a difficult thing. Anybody from Norway who can say what Soria Moria is? It's some kind of old tale in Norway, isn't it?
It should be possible, but everybody knows it and nobody really knows the explanation, really. But it is a beautiful place in a fairy tale.
It's a beautiful place in a fairy
kind
tale.
of fairy tale, yeah, with some golden walls or something. You can discover it very suddenly, in the nature mostly. But it is a most beautiful place you can ever think about.
Neverland. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I would dream about it, like they say here.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. Then we can jump. Thank you very much, Wenche. Then we can jump back to. Was it Harald who read this earlier? Or who was it? If you can translate it.
It was me.
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
Chabamus
my copy.
Sorry.
Chabamus nieguid.
Mm.
The most beautiful dreams, and dreams there is in the genitive plural form.
Yeah, or accusative, yeah. Exactly.
Accusative plural. Vuoditas.
Yes.
We sell here. So
yeah.
We sell here the most beautiful dreams.
Good.
Mi fallat
ihta päivätsä. Or ihta päivätsä. Mi fallat.
We offer tomorrow's sun.
Yeah, great. Vaade aina steike vasihit.
Come.
Good.
Both aina steike vasihit. Come willingly here to experience.
Yeah.
So our Soria Moria.
Yes.
Palace. The palace of Soria Moria.
Yeah. Come here to experience our Soria Moria palace. Yeah. And Ainas is this please, or Ainas. I wrote willingly, but come. I think it's easily translated to some verb in English, wasn't that so? Please, no. How did we translate the Ainas? Ainas.
Sure, gladly.
Gladly. Thank you. Come gladly here to experience. Yeah, gladly is. Okay, thank you very much. Do you want to continue, or do we have anybody else who want to try?
I'll try.
Okay, thank you.
Jos aikot äälet, ääläsket. Jos aikot riikut, rohkaismit,
Riggut.
riikut, rohkaismit, jos vasta toisait villahat.
Vailaha.
Vailahat, ja, vailahat. Min galvut tu de viehke,
Vähkehit.
viehkehit.
Good, good. Kiito, can you also translate this? Try to translate. Jus aikut ällit.
Yeah, it's like, if you intend to live.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Älaskit.
to become alive.
Yeah,
Or
to become.
awaken, or I don't know, might be
Yeah,
another
to
way.
awaken. To awaken. Jus
Yeah.
aikut riggut.
Is that aigut is kind of like want too, isn't it? Want to become rich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you intend to get rich, or if you want to get rich. Rohkasmit.
Yeah, to become more brave.
Yeah, good. Jus vasta du sait vailahat.
Yeah, never heard those. If you want answers you don't know, or that you haven't, something or other that you
Yeah,
missed.
yeah, something like that. Vailahit is to miss, or to yeah, exactly, to don't have it. Can you say if you miss answers? Could you, if you lack was a good
Lack,
suggestion.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
If
Lack
you
answers.
if you
Yeah.
lack answers, just vasta du sait vailahat. Min galvut tuute vehkehit.
Oh, I mean, I see goods, but that doesn't sound poetic for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. So what galvut, that is anything that you like sell.
Yeah.
Maybe you could say offer in this situation. Our offers, maybe. Or
Okay.
could it be something like that? What we can give you.
Yeah, offerings. I like that.
Yeah.
Our offerings, they will help, or they help.
Yeah, they help. And who do they help? Do
they? You.
You. Our offerings will help you then.
Yeah.
If you, yeah, good. Thank you. Well done. Anybody else want to try here? Last lesson. Try to read some. Where's is a suggestion here also for translation. Could be good, I think. Where's? Okay, anybody else, or should we ask anybody? Whose turn is it now?
Pick one. You're the teacher. Usually teachers pick one.
What did you say? Pick one. Aha.
You pick
Yeah,
one.
I should pick one. Okay, wait. I have to find the list then. Where do I find the list? There is the list. Okay. J Hey Sobi, can I try to unmute you? How does that work? Oh, sorry, now I unmuted.
Hello?
Hello.
Hei,
What Päivi?
eipä lähtee.
Hallitaanko ton lohkat, Madelinja? Can you read a few lines here in the poem?
Yes. Alas pohten maailmiko regatin.
Good.
Alas maanantain päivä ko volkan mun.
Yeah.
Inge fidne in maidage mieltä. Vaikka mun olude lähtsän tjohken mun.
Good. Thank you. Alas pohten maailmai korjagadin. What does that mean? Can you translate it to English?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay. There is a list, but if I show the list, then it all becomes so small here. I don't know if it's
Ville, you can try. You see the light, the gray area between the two pages. If you go with the mouse in between, you will see it's, between the pages. Yes, and you see a symbol. If you double click now, you will collapse this area.
Collapse. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
So you have it closer together.
Thank you. That's a little bit better, yeah. But still it's difficult. Maybe I should, can I do like this? Wait one moment here.
Yeah.
This is better, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
You wanted to translate this. Alas pohten maailmai korjagadin. Can you try to translate it with the list here?
Yeah. Naked I came to the world where I was born.
Yeah, good. Or
Something?
when I was born.
When I was born. Okay.
Or where. Yeah. And
naked I go on that day. When I leave.
Yeah, good.
Good.
Alas maanantain päivä ko volkan mon. Good. Oi. And inke fidne in maiteke mieltä.
I'm not sure about how ge works here, but
yeah, it's actually in other languages you say many times and la 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 and I don't da 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 da, but in Sami if you have this negative sentence in the second part of you many times instead of the ja, the and before you say inke.
Okay.
So it's like a and in a way, even though it's when it's on its own ke, it's like a particle meaning neither or
yeah.
But you don't need to translate.
So I can't take anything along.
Exactly, and I can't take anything along. Inke fidne in my.
Oh right. Yeah, like along, like with me.
Yeah. Vaikkedal. This would be actually vaikku. I can write it. No, I cannot write it in this modus, but it would be vaikku tal man olo te lähtsän tjohken mun.
So even though it's olo.
Olo is much.
Man olo, okay. Even though how much I possibly could have gathered
Yeah,
me
However much.
for me.
yeah. No, it doesn't say for me, but it you can understand it like that. How I don't get anything along with me. How much I even have uh, put together. Yeah, it's difficult for me to translate. I don't know. It's this Latchan is a potential form. That means that it's not a presence indicative. It's not a present imperative, but it's not a conditional, but it's a potential. So it's there how much I even had
Gathered.
been able to gather. Yeah, something like that. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Or
much.
collected maybe
Collected, yeah.
in my life.
And now we only have, despite how much I would have gathered. Yeah, that's also a suggestion. And now we have 2 more lines here. Last lines. Anybody, or should I try to choose someone here?
I can
Oh,
read it.
okay, please.
Manne lea täppe suivanat, manne lea lossat vuonjatas.
Yeah, good. Manne läht tappe soivanat. What does that mean?
Is that where?
Manne is why.
Why? Okay,
Manne.
why is there something?
Yes,
Or
good.
why something is? What's that? Suivan? Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. Why there is shadows?
Yes. Why are here shadows? Why are there here? Why these shadows are here?
Okay, and why it is so hard to breathe here?
Exactly. Good. Mannelle lossa voinatas. Why is it so hard to breathe here? Good. Thank you very much. And there were also some sentences here in the middle, but I cut them out because it was so extremely many new words for you. But if you want to read the whole text, you can please read it on Mari Boine's homepage. It's a nice text. It's a very beautiful song, I think, from one of the, is it from this, is it called Soria Moria? No, Sterna Paradis. Was it that? I don't remember the CD name, but Choka Airas, yes, exactly. Sterna Paradisia, Choka Airas.
I have a question about the pronunciation.
Sure.
I've heard the word soivanat like sometimes pronounced swayvanat. Is that a dialect difference?
Can you please repeat the 2 versions you have heard?
Swayvanat and swayvanat.
Swayvan. Okay, yeah. It sounds like the second one is more Eastern to my ear, I think. Sway. You mean it's almost like an E instead of O. If I heard you right now, you said like Swayvan, more connected to the letters here, I would say. And then you said sway, like if there was an E here. Do I understand you? Do I hear you approximately right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that the swayvanat is more an Eastern, like Karasjok swayvanat. I'm not sure where they say it, but I think I've also heard that. But I would say that here in Kautokeino, I think it's more swayvanat, more closer to what it's written like. but it seemed familiar what you said, that the second one too, even though I cannot say exactly where sway. It's not, I don't think it's to the west at least. It must be to the Sueivana. It must be like Otsijohka or so, I think. It's I mean more easter. And if there are more questions of anybody else, do you have more questions about these different forms here?
Ville, I have one question.
Yes.
About the verbs. It's the finat and fitnet. Those two words are almost the same, and then there are two different words. And
Yeah.
you're using one here. I find it so difficult.
Yeah, I understand that. This is also a kind of what is it called? A dialect question, but it's not the same. You ask about the verbs fitnat to
Finat, fitnat, I don't know. Yeah,
to visit.
And fitnet. It is fitnet we have here, I suppose.
Yeah, fitnet to get or to take maybe. Fitnat. Here in Kautokeino we say fitnat. Mon finan tuluhte, I go visiting you.
Yeah.
Mon finan tuluhte. And fitne and in Karasjok, or so they say kalledit, mon kalledan dingertsen, or something like that. It's they use another word, but then they have a word that we don't use so much, because Mariboin is from Karasjok, and between Karasjok and Karkasnjarka, and fitnet is to take, but so it means mon fitnen. How was it here? What sentence was it? Inke fitne maitike. I don't get anything along. Mon fitneiko maitike. Fitneitko maitike. Did you get a fish? Did you catch a fish? Fitneiko. I think so. This is another verb, fitnet, but it's not used in the same place, because here in Kautokeino we say otsotko maitike. So it's it's a little bit difficult. East. Is this? No, this is west. Sorry.
Okay.
And this is east. So those are similar, but they are used in different. They have different meanings, and they are used in different areas. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Wille.
You're welcome.
Can you pronounce the word to breathe? Voignet?
Yeah, the G is not really pronounced. I would say voidnat. I would say it with a D sound instead. Voidnat, nat, voidnat.
Oh, just like Yetnya.
Yetnya, yeah, exactly.
Voidnat.
Voidnat.
Okay. Kiitos.
Yeah. Voidnat. Voingat. Maybe they can say voingat. Can they say like this? I'm not sure how they say it. And this ma is I think Finnish, meaning earth, and ilmi is heaven or sky, and together it's maailmai or maailmai, and it means the world, the earth and the sky. And there is also yeah, this ma and ma selki. There is another word. There is similar ma selki, meaning the place where the water goes in that direction and the water goes in that direction, and the mountain that is making a border there between the waters going there and there. I don't know the word. We say köl in Swedish sometimes. Köl, like on the when you put a boat up and down, and then you have a watershed. They say here, watershed. Okay, maaselki is a watershed, and ma is also in Finnish, or ma with two a, I think in Finnish. Earth, and selki means back. Maailma. Oh, do you have maailma also in? Okay, you.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so how do you pronounce that in Finnish? The word.
It's maailma.
Maailma.
Yes.
Okay. So there is no extra. So the stress is only on a, maailma.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in Sami I hear they say maailmi. They say it like they are still in two words, I feel. So, but okay. Yeah, good to hear that it's in Finnish too. Thank you. So it's different from maailmi, as in chohki olkmui pirra maailmi. No, it's the same. Yeah, maailmi is maailmi. Maailma is Finnish for the same. And now we will continue, maybe look at this actio essive here before we have a break. We are going to learn a form, a so-called infinite verb form that is not in itself showing who is doing it, but it's a form that we use then to say he is sleeping, this ing form in English. Maeletne porademme, we are eating. Silet chilekemme, they are explaining this me form is it we are going to learn today. And it's me here in the West, and it's mean in the Eastern dialects. So they would say sonle oaddimin. Actio-essive and progressive present tense. Actio-essive is just this word, this form, and you use actio-essive to make a progressive present tense together with the verb in present tense. So actio-essive is just the form that can be used in different ways. It can also be used, like we see here, together with the verb orrut, and then it has a slightly different meaning. It means to seem to be something. It seemed manna orro oaddim, and the child seems to be sleeping. Son dahorro lemem darparslash. It seems to be necessary. So this actio-essive can be used in these two different ways, progressive and together with orrut. So we if we look at the infinitive form of a verb, like järrat is an infinite form that meaning to ask. Or we could take another verb that you are more comfortable with. If we have one, mannat, to go, and then instead of the te in the end, we put mannamme.
Misli mannamme saami kielellä. Millet mannamme saami kielellä.
Millet mannamme would mean we are going. Millet mannamen saami kielellä.
Hupmamme.
Yeah, millet hupmamme saami kielellä. Good,
Yeah,
good.
sorry.
Yeah, we take that verb instead. Very good suggestion. Hupmat and hupmamme. Millet hupmamme saami kielellä. We are speaking Sami. And jarramme, vaatsimme, chorvume. Nothing strange happens with these vowels. Chohkamme, chilkeme, poradit, to eat, porademme. Here, when you have the 3-syllable verbs, or the odd syllable verbs, as we have called them, poradit and lät, that's only 1 syllable. We get a slightly different form. We get a e-a-m-e instead of just the me. So the I here is changed to poradit becomes porademe, and vähkehit becomes vähkehäme, and lät to be becomes läme. Yeah, that one, it actually has the same vowels. When you want to express it, you're doing something continuously, you can use progressive present tense, which works like continuous present in English grammar. For example, he is watching TV. Son lägger sammen TV. Progressive present tense is built with the verb lät and the accusative form. Some examples: Son levadim, he's sleeping. So can we take 3 minutes before the break that you look in groups 2 and 2 and write a couple of sentences that you try to find a verb and try to say something. He is looking at TV, with something that would be an ing form in English. Is that okay? And then we have 10 minutes break soon. Or should we take the break now? Oh, now my cell phone is ringing here. Sorry. Maybe we take the break now then. I don't know. Or I put you into groups. Is it okay? Breakout rooms. You need okay, it's toilet break now. Suggestion here, break now. Yes. So then we take a break now, 10 minutes, and see you 4 minutes past.
I did now register in the Discord group now. So.
Did you register in one I sent you? Yeah, the mods will have to check that you read the rules and stuff. Welcome.
Itu.
Hey, Gard, I got your invitation for the Discord group. Can you tell me more about what it is or what it will be used for?
Yes, it's like a general Discord community for everyone who's interested in the Sami culture and languages. It's mostly run by people with Sami ancestry, and it's about 100 people. Many are from Norway, Sweden, Finland, and in it we discuss questions of ancestry, language, but also more lighthearted stuff like movies and yeah, just our lives.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. And it's for anyone who's interested in the Sami culture in some way, but the mods will make sure that the tone is respectful.
Do you discuss in Sami or which language?
In the Discord server?
Yes.
Yeah, it's for the Sami languages, yes. Many of the members in the Discord are learning North Sámi, but some are also learning South Sámi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if anyone in this group knows which language of Sami is spoken in the Piteå region. In my research, I found that there's Piteå Sami and Luleå Sami, and one has perhaps been more assimilated into the other. But since I don't live there, it's difficult for me to tell what the facts are.
Yeah, I think Piteå Sami is related to the name Piteå, as well as Luleå Sami is related to the word Luleå.
Yes, yes, yes.
But are those two places geographically close?
I know where Piteå is, but I don't know where the Luleå Sami region, language region is necessarily.
Luleå is North Sweden, not far from the Finnish border actually, but a small city in Norrland, northern Sweden.
Can I say something? In Norway, there is a center for the Piteå Sami called Piteå Sami Center. They have been collaborating with the Luleå Sami Center in Tysfjord. So they're kind of working together, but languages are different, but very few speakers, especially in the Piteå. So they try to work together, I hope, yeah. The Tysfjord area is the Luleå Sami in Norway, but they come from Luleå River in Sweden, like Piteå River in Sweden. I think Piteå Sami used to be very good spoken before, but now it's very few speakers left there, I think.
Where can one find the Piteå Sami Center?
You can Google it. I think you will find it. It's north of Tysfjord somewhere. Yeah, between Tromsø and Tysfjord. I don't remember exactly.
Okay, that's interesting.
There are some families who are very clever and working a lot with this, you know. I can try to find a name for you as well.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Wenke. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have family, Piteå Sami, from that region, and trying to locate family there now that are still living. And so I'm looking for resources to try to find relatives there now.
That's interesting. And you can see from the clothing also that is different. The Peter Sami clothing, the Gakti is different from the Lulu Sami.
There are some people in that Discord community who have done some ancestry research and who know a lot about Gakti.
Yeah.
So they might be able to point you in the right direction.
Okay, thank you, Vegard.
Hello again, hello Vas. There came some questions here about using the word kirji or kihpa for a book. Kihpa is this could maybe be a kihpa. I think this is a book, but kihpa is more like when it's some papers put together. It's not a book, but so in the question, yeah, maybe booklet is kihpa, but kihpa is also, you know, for this, if you have 10 papers and put them together and give them up. Yeah, maybe it's a booklet in English. I don't know English well enough. Pamphlet or just handout. Handout, I think, is more kihpa almost, or something like that. And then it was a question, how do we say repeat after me? And there is one, yeah, English just has way too many words. That's
Ville.
Yeah.
It's in the Davin #3 book.
Okay.
And they say, say after me, and they say Dajetikke. And I don't find the word dikke in any dictionary. Don't know what it means. Dajetikke.
Oh, you hear it on the...
I hear it on the tape or on the CD, but I don't find it in writing. I don't find it in a dictionary anywhere. So I just...
Okay. Dajadicht. Can it be Can it be a verb called dajadit? There is a verb dajadit, and it would be dajadeket in imperative plural. Dajadeket. Maybe, but dajadit, we don't say it here so much, but it means something like dajadit. Now it could be dajadeket. Maybe dajat, but dajat is to say, and dajadit. What is dajadit? Dajadit.
Oh, that's not in the dictionary.
Okay. Navigate. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah.
D-A-D-J-A-D.
But the dajadit is with a long A, I think, with this navigate, isn't it? Dajadit. Yeah. That's so if we keep the short D, the short A, dajadit.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't have it here. But dajadeket. It could be something like that. I mean, dit, you can put the dit ending to dajalit. Okay, dajalit. Okay, dajaleket would then be say after me, dajaleket or something like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure what word they
No.
were using.
Okay.
And I see you have been discussing. You're welcome. Läkepurre. I see you have been discussing Peter Sami here in the break. And pamphlets. Are you interested in going into group rooms now and trying to make sentences, or should I also show one more chapter and then we can put you into groups? There is a chapter called Actio Essiv Actio. This is acto, this is wrong. Actio Essiv and the verb orrot. We can add this one, and then we have some exercises, and then we go into group rooms. This is a better plan, I think. When earlier in this course we used the verb orrot, it was used with the meaning, in the meaning, or with the meaning to live or to be. Orrot, mon oron quotakeinos, ton orot Stockholmasta, ton orot Oslos. But this verb orrot can also be used to express the meaning to seem to be something. And it's then followed by a verb conjugated or put into actio essiv, this form that we had up here. For example, manna orro oaddimen. It seems like the child is sleeping. Manna orro oaddimen. Taht orro lämen darpaslash hupmatsuina. It seems to be necessary to talk with him. To talk with him. To talk to him. To talk to him. Orro lämen chielkas att it seems to be clear that, or what other verbs could we have here? Orro. Tahorro aipas. Tahorro no. What verb could we have? The orro no. The orro teko sonle rahkistemen move. It seems like he is in love with me. Or it seems like he is in love with me. On orro teko sonle rahkistemen. Rahkisteme. This me or men, it's we took the eastern, so the western, so we should have the rahkisteme. Now I see you have written something on the chat, but I don't see the chat for the moment. So now I can maybe put you into groups, and you can try to say, to make the actio essiv. Actio is a grammatical word meaning action verb infinitive form or something like that. I don't know how to translate it, but it's actio is something you do, but you make a noun out of. You can maybe say it works like a noun in some ways, but it's also in the verb. It's used in verb forms, but actio, this mannan, to go, walking is like, it's a noun, but it comes from a verb, to walk. So walking is vatsin. Vatsin is walking, but this is a form of vatsin. You make the N, E, you making ax, you put it into essive, and then you get the actio essive. So vatsin is the actio of the verb vatsit. Yeah. Okay. And so here we have some things that you will be able to do in groups, 2 and 2 or 3 or 3, 2 and 2. Maybe I try, or maybe I try 3 and 3 this time. This is okay. And then we don't have so much. In the end here, we are talking about some phrases for how to talk on the phone. But then if you have something, we can, maybe you can put some of your own questions, repetition questions or something in the last quarter today. But I put you into groups, stop sharing. Okay, here. Gerund or verbal noun. There's some suggestions I see now here in the chat. Yeah, I'm not sure about how to, but I'm going to make breakout rooms. There are 40 participants, 20. If I do 15 room, 13 room, 14 rooms. So some of you are 2 and 2, and some of you are 3 and 3. We'll see how it works. Open all rooms. Okay, welcome back to the main room.
We were enjoying that.
Kiito.
Lägg på det, lägg på det. Oh, you were enjoying that. Okay, was it easy?
Yeah, we were saying that this was one of the easiest things we've learned because there's no
Okay.
consonant gradation. Or it's easy.
Great. Yeah, good. Yeah. So do we need to go through them? Exercise 12.5, or do you have any special requests, any special questions there? Or should we take them all?
I think we could just go through them quickly because it's it follows a pattern, but it would be nice to see if we have the right answers.
Sure. The first question is Son lä joida munje. He or she is suing something for me. How do we do that with the verb kuarrut?
Kuorrume.
Kuarrume, good. Son lä kuarrume joida munje. And then the next one is mi läht das gällaris.
Mi lät dansamme das gällaris.
Yes, we are mi läht dansamme. Danseme. Kuarrume was the first one. Danseme is the...
Is there a Sami word for danset? I mean...
No, not a special word. I guess it's borrowed from Swedish, and I don't know if Swedish borrowed from English or English borrowed from Swedish, or if it's long, or from German probably, or somewhere, or if it's old. But I know there is some people who are researching a little bit on Sami dancing and want to allaskit, as we had this verb earlier today, to make alive again the Sami dancing, because in some stories about this noaidi, there has been such stories that some people are dancing also. So there are some work on it, but I've never heard a special word for something like. Yeah, I mean, if it's depending on what you mean by dancing. There are, of course, these special religious words, for example, in the Lestadian movement, where you are shaking like in this lihkatus, or what is it called? Yeah, but that's not dancing. I think it's another thing. Silet bidosa, the third one. Silet washat is to cook or boil. So what would washat become here?
Washame.
Washame. Good. And the fourth one, my tonlet. What are you listening to? And here is the verb kuldalit.
My tonlet kuldaleme.
Just the my tonlet kuldaleme.
In the attendance check, I don't know what maripoina is in accusative. Is it the same?
Yeah, it's normally the same. It's quite few names that are have a consonant gradation in, but there are some first names, for example, Mahte, but there are almost no surnames that you. Eira is one that you could write like Mon Oidnen, Mahte, Eira, even though eira is the nominative, so there it could be, but normally it's not. Normally you just write the. Well, but if you just say mon oidnen, I saw Mahte, then you would say it in accusative, but not the surname.
Just Mari in accusative.
Yeah, but Mari is already the weak grade, so you cannot do anything with it. But if it would have been Mari, then maybe you could have said Mari in accusative, or if it's but no, Mari is already in with one R only, so you cannot take it down to a weaker grade. Okay, kultalemen, maitonlet, Meryl. So I would have no gradation. I would have gradation in. Well, when your name ends with an L, then it would be natural to put an accusative, mon oidnen Merilla ikte. I saw Merilla ikte. That would be, but this maitonlet kuldalämen, that one we had already said, but then we are ellelevissa. Did we have this?
Is it pohtime?
Yes, pohtime. Ja, liikutuksia, lästadian movement. I was going to check. Ellelevissa pohtimen teike. Ellis is apparently coming here. Monlän mannat altai. I'm going to Alta. Monlän manna me. Good. And the last one. Sonle Aihtodal. She is right now telling it. Muistale.
Me.
Good. Yeah. So that one was okay. Did you also fill in the present tense conjugations in the open space on each line in the end there? We go to Karasjok. This is ordinary present tense.
Yeah. Mi manat Karasjoki.
Thank you. Mi mannat. And then do we have somebody else who want to say D? You go to Karasvando. D. Anybody ready to try?
Manna behtet.
Yes. D manna behtet. And then we have they go to Matse. Matse. C.
Mannet.
Mannet Matsi. And you dance so well to many people. T. Anybody?
Danse behtet nobores.
Danse behtet nobores. See that they dance in the basement. They dance.
Vi dansiet.
Si dansiet. Kiito. We sometimes dance. Me. Muhtumin.
Danset.
Danset. Danset. You sew a Sami dress.
Kuorrupehtet.
Kuorrupehtet Sami kafti. They are sewing hats, I see. Sivissa korot.
I ask, what is the visa doing in that sentence?
The visa.
Yeah, the visa.
The visa.
Sure.
Yeah, it means sure.
Apparently.
Apparently. In the translation here, it's written, I see. They are sewing hats. I assume, or
It's like the Finnish word vissiin, which sometimes in Swedish visst. Sinä vissiin teet, du gör det visst.
Yeah. So it wouldn't. Early. You wouldn't need it. I mean, it's just some kind of. Is it an adverb or what is it? Vissa. It's just an extra word saying something about. Yeah, giving some extra information about a kind of uncertainty about it, but it tries to be certain. They are apparently sewing hats. Quadruman. We sew Sami dresses. How do we say that?
Mi kuorrut kavtid.
Yeah, mi kuorrut. And then two more. Do you listen to the radio? And
on kuuldalat.
Yes, kuuldalatko radioi. Kuuldalatko radio?
Is it radioi?
No, it could have been illative. Are you listening to the radio? Kuuldalatko radioi? But I think radio in accusative would be nicer. I think I have written it there in accusative, and I think that is actually more like correct. But many times you can use either that, are you listening to the radio, and are you listening to radio? I mean, these small differences. Kuuldalatko radio. But I think accusative is better, but I many times I say it in illative still, because in Swedish we say it in illative, and I mean we lyssna på radio, so therefore I sometimes think like that. Do you cook bidus? Yeah, and if it's many people, yeah, okay, for one person, yeah. Are you sharing your screen, Ville? I don't think I am. Am I? Wushako. No. Wushako. Maybe I should share my screen, but I'm writing here in the chat. Wushako.
Washapehteko.
Or washapehteko.
Washapehteko. There are three possibilities.
Washapehteko or washapehteko. Yeah.
So Sami is more precise than English.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. And at last, here are some useful words to use when you are on the phone. Pores dalen Maaret. Hello, this is Maaret. Pores dalen Ville, I would say. And then ringesmunje, from the verb ringestit, to please call, to be nice and call, to call a little. or ringemunje would also be. Oh, sorry. Now I should share the screen, of course. Sorry. Share screen. Now you can see this screen. Yes, the attendance check link has been posted. I can try to post it again. It was here somewhere. Here, I think it was. But I'm sharing this screen, and here you say Pures Dalen, Pures, or Porre Äket. Good evening. Dalen Maret, Dalen Ville. This is Maret. Or Ringes Munje, call me. Be nice and call me. Kullahalle, when you're putting it off, you can say Kullahalle. We two communicate about this. Speak to you later in English, approximately. Oidna lit, if you're many people. Oidna letne, if you're on the phone. Or if you're many who are going to meet, you can also say oidna lit. Oidna lit. But oidna letne is if you're talking to one person many times, it's working better. Kehtsalan ringet fuss. I try to call again. Ele tervan, live healthy. Ele tervan. No hey, like a short version. No hey. So that was some. So we reached the end of this 12 lessons.
It's been a pleasure.
How to say ele tervan to many people? Yeah, good question. Ele is imperative for second person singular, and if you say it to two person, you say eli tervan, and if you say to three or more person, ellet tervan.
I have a question about those persons. Isn't it difficult for instance, for a Sami child, if just to ask, do you cook? If you ask one person, washat, or two persons, washabehtet, or more persons, washabehtit, how do the small children know what to say, what to use for those forms? And do they learn them later than in other languages? I mean, it seems to me a little like the Chinese tones, which are quite hard in the beginning.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It could be a problem. I'm not sure what to answer to that. I know that we have on Sámi allaskuvla a research project on dual use for children in the Detno area. So where Serge Rasmus is writing his PhD about how children use and say wrong sometimes in this dual and so on. So,
I'm sure it can't be any more difficult than for Finnish children learning 15 cases.
Yeah, maybe.
If I may add, that Sami children traditionally have been brought up by the whole family. So maybe it doesn't really matter because I get the food anyway. Sorry. All the aunts and uncles, everybody's bringing up one child.
I must object with the cases because they are not difficult. They are just like prepositions. They are exactly in the grammar. They are so easy. Once you know one case, it's always the same. It's not a question of difficulties. because you just choose the ending. It's like a word in itself. There's no problem with that.
Okay.
Easy for a native speaker to say.
I'm not a native Finnish speaker, but I learned it at school, and it's much easier than the different forms in other languages or the different. Well, it's not the biggest problem. You finish the vocabulary can be difficult, and sometimes the meanings of the word, but not the cases. Absolutely not.
No, it's difficult to know for sure if, but he's writing about it, so there that might say that there can be difficulties learning it. I'm not sure. And here is a comment on the chat. Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
children's language, or how to learn it, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have any more questions about things connected here, or?
Really, I wrote on the chat about Pekka Samalahti.
Yeah, you wrote about the book, yeah.
One person had a good suggestion to put it on like an online thing, you know, on net only, not as a printed thing. I think that is a very good idea. I think the Sámi University College should ask for that for the publishing company.
Okay, yeah, it might be a good suggestion, but yeah, it could be possible too. I don't know who should do that and if it's easy or.
You ask your director, and he can ask the university in Sweden.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't promise anything. It's. But I could write at least to Uppsala University and ask if they still sell it, and then I can get.
They don't. They do not.
Oh, you already said so. Okay.
I checked with but they could make it an online, and someone had to do that. I think Pekka told me it's sold out.
Yeah. Okay.
You can ask anyway, because it's a good way to start.
Yeah, it's a good book. Yeah, so.
It's a good way to start a communication with them to ask whether it's still there in a printed version also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, which book is that?
Now it's this book. I mentioned it last week or the week before. It's written by Pekka Samalahti. It's written in Sami first, and then it was called Njeljenuplochuodi Sani kiela oahpi saatnelisto. Sami kiela Njeljenuplochuodi Dabalemo Sani. Helsingfors 1985 in Helsingfors. Pekka Samalahti wrote this, and then in Uppsala University, Håkan Rydving translated it into Swedish for the students in Uppsala, and it was printed in '94, and it has the name Nordsamiskt basordförråd.
That one, okay.
And it's a good book because here you get the 100 most common adjectives in Sami and the 150 or 200 most common verbs. And sometimes when you feel that there are so many words in Sami and what should we do, should I give up, then such a book can be good because you can feel, oh, I know some of these words and there are not so extremely many words. So this is a nice book in that way, to comfort you and feel that you are on the right way. But now I heard that. Okay, now we're going to. How can I find a link to last week's homework? I was traveling. Did you get? Yeah, you got it there. last week's link. Yeah, I will send also a mail with all these links to the soon to be translated into English by Will. Good suggestion. Or by somebody else, by Kai, I think.
Group work.
Yeah, group work. Can I also, if I stop sharing this one, can I, before we're out here, I can, there are so many people I should thank in connection to this class. So many people who had commented on the Facebook group and so on. And but there are some people who really who worked with special tasks on the and I should mention, yeah, I'm really thankful for all of you who were in the course. Kiitos teille puhkaitakin läppet servan kurssi Soma. Nice that we have met this way, I think, in 12 weeks, every Tuesday or almost. And also special thanks, erinomainen kiitos, Julie Whitehorn for the proofreading, Sven Kannengiesser for the form of the document, helped a lot. Risten Lango, are you here? She was helping us with how to say things. Sámi allaskuvla helped me with the Zoom, Sámi University of Applied Sciences. Frank Schwedler did a map. And in the Facebook group, there are many people who did different things and shared thoughts and things and music lists and everything. And I'm so happy for all that. And you write so nice words here, Kologito, in the chat. So it's very nice. So we should clap hands. Yeah, I don't know. No, but do we have anything more? The time it's already 7 here in Norway. Do we have any last comments, or should we just say? Yeah, I'm also going to. Yeah, I'm happy. Läkepuerre. Ologito. Fantastico. Tikite puhkaita. Yeah. Elletervan. Yeah, that's nice to see. Elletervan. That is a nice way to end it. I write it here also. Elletervan. Live and be healthy.
Can you give me that Hangout address once again, please?
Sure, I will try. It was here somewhere.
Because I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Or if we can have it in the Facebook group or.
Yeah, you will in the Facebook
or by
group
email.
And by mail too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by mail. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Guido.
Yeah. And I'm sure we will meet in Kautokeino in the future. Yes, you are welcome here, of course, whenever you come. I'm living here. And if you come here, please call me or write to me or something. Get in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come, you know.
Yeah. Not until February, but then, yeah.
If you see two girls that look very lost in Kautokeino, that's me and Anya.
Okay, okay, okay. Looks good.
Yes.
Now we have two of us walking about.
With big
Yeah.
coats to keep warm.
What did you say?
With big coats to keep warm.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you coming in February? You're planning to come in the winter.
Yeah, I want to. I also want to go to the Tromsø Film Festival. I want to compete in it. I don't know if they're gonna accept me, but I'll see.
Okay.
Good.
And I'm going
Yeah,
to the Sámi Music Week villa in. I'm staying for a week in Alta from the beginning